we wanted to do something that would combine things that we love. Kevin, I don't know if you can tell by his cherubic good looks, but he is big on the rock and the roll. And I am very passionate about old school Catskill-like comedians. I like old Jewish men telling puns. I love that. I love that. We decided we should probably combine those two. That makes the most sense.
Thank you for having me, ladies and gentlemen. Terrible thing happened to me today. Our new album leaked early. Record company called me up and said, Lemmy, you might have a moment. Playing a gig in beautiful New York City. Sound guy comes up to me and says, hey Lemmy, you want a little Coke? No thanks, I favor Pepsi. How about some ice? As long as it's straight out of the fridge, it should be fine. How about a little crank? Thanks, I could use a little bit more bass in the line. I go to the doc the other day and say, hey doc, I got a terrible ringing in my ears. He says, why don't you just pick it up? I didn't think it was very funny. I've been playing rock and roll music for 50 years and I have a terrible case of tinnitus. I used to have two older stepbrothers who picked on me incessantly. Used to. I'm at a bar trying to take home this nice young girl. My friend looks over at me and says, you're going to need some help getting her through the front door. I say, whiskey? He says, whichever key works in the front door. Take the life of my sacrificial lamb, please. So I seen Oscar winner Tom Hanks the other day. I asked him, what's the proudest moment of your career? He said, after Philadelphia, I enjoyed being the face of AIDS! I spoke to a resident of Waco, Texas earlier this week. Asked him what life was like in the absence of David Koresh. He says, well, for starters, we haven't seen a trace of AIDS! So I heard there's going to be a new unified North American currency. They're going to call it the Amero. I think it's a great idea, but it's going to be a shame to watch as the peso fades! So I go to the doc the other day and says, hey doc, I'm thinking about getting rid of this mole. He says, well, I'm going to need to order a case of blades! I asked a crowd in the Middle East, you want to rock? Everyone fled. I go ask the stage manager, what's the deal? He says, they're all afraid of being stoned. I say, afraid of being stoned? Everyone's stoned at a rock concert. He says, this is a rock, but you're thinking of Iran. I've slept with over 2,000 women. These two guys walk up to me and say they want to make an action figure out of it. I said, you're going to put a cock on it? They say, no. I say, it's not going to get much action then, is it?